When it goes live, it will mute you for a second.
Attention, the following broadcast has been approved by Outcasted OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Outcasted OC Night of Champions prediction podcast. Now, as you can see, we have everybody here in the podcast except for Reese. Phew, thank God for that.
Oh, savagery already, goddamn.
No, but we decided to bring Jasmine in for this episode because we really wanted to bring her on, and I'm sure she'll really enjoy being a part of the podcast today. So, Jasmine, introduce yourself. Just kind of tell us what you do, what kind of content you make, and who you support wrestling-wise.
Hi, so I'm Jasmine at Wrestling Backup because my main just got banned. I'm trying to get it back, so hopefully. I just post like wrestling content and I acknowledge Roman Reigns, which I get quite a lot of hate for, but you know, it's fine.
Oh, no.
See, perfect replacement for Reese right here is someone who still follows Roman Reigns.
We bring another Roman Reigns fan in.
Yeah, but Reese is really like fire up Roman's ass kind of thing. So this is a bit tamer.
Tamer, it's like a neutral.
I've officially decided that since it is Roman Reigns' birthday, I'm going to acknowledge him.
Oh my god. No. No.
Ross, call the doctor quick. I think
We the one.
Because you the twos.
See, I'll acknowledge the Usos. I'll take the Usos. I'll take Solo. Just Roman in it.
Can't believe you've done this. Like
I can't believe you've done this.
Acknowledge the tribal chief on his birthday, man.
no one acknowledged me on my birthday. Not like that. You don't see me going around worldwide begging for attention.
Mr. Worldwide. It's all that came to mind. Anyway, let's before we even go into tangents and losing track, let's get back on track. Right, so
I have the Night of Champions match card here. We're going to go through the entire list of matches, and we're kind of just briefly going to talk about what we're enjoying about the match build-up in itself, and obviously our predictions. So we may as well just go from Ross all the way down to G. Do we think that's like the best way to go about it?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Cool. No problem at all.
Awesome. So the first match I have written here is Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. So Ross, how do you feel?
It's Becky's time to do more cool things. I want Becky to win. I feel like Trish is just kind of the legend status to make Becky even more elevated than she already is. I mean, this feud doesn't really need to happen. Becky's already over. Trish has been a legend for years. But I'm cool to see it. And they're both really bringing a lot of tension between them. Like Becky's promo was fire. Like she straight came out, really went for Trish, and Trish has still been responding like savagery back. Like Becky throwing it all the way to, you know, being like, oh, Vince McMahon making you bark in the ring and stuff. I was like, damn, these guys are really going for the throat. So I'm here for the match, but yeah, Becky to win. I feel like it's just to elevate Becky even more to go against a legend like Trish.
Lauren, what do you think?
I think Becky's gonna do it, like Ross said. You know, Becky doesn't need the match, but Becky will do it. I think it's more Trish kind of. I don't know. I think maybe like Trish wants to kind of bow out. I know Trish is retired. Who hasn't retired and came back at this point? Like,
no one has a true retirement in wrestling.
That's what I mean. Exactly. No. So
retirement's just a throwaway word for an extended holiday. Let's be real.
Well, the Ric Flair's book it is anyway.
Yeah.
That man doesn't know how to retire.
Not Ric Flair.
Not my man's. Not my man's.
Jasmine, what do you think about the match?
I think Becky's going to do it. I think the storyline's obviously got really personal, and I think the personal storylines do the best matches. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope, Becky gets the win. I don't think either of them really need the win. You know, they're two of the biggest stars in WWE, but I think Becky will do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of echoing what everyone else is saying. I'm really hoping that Becky wins this match. I really like how, because it initially kind of felt like there wasn't very much of a build up for this initial match. Now, you know, Trish turned on Becky and Lita, and then there was, you know, the whole Trish was calling out Becky's child for apparently being 2 and stupid, which I kind of don't like when children get brought into it. I know it makes it personal, but like, you are a person within yourself. You don't have to comment on, you know, a child. But anyway, and then obviously with the whole missing segment and kind of that added a little bit extra. But then this promo that happened this week, oh my gosh, when I first watched it, I was screaming at the TV. I was like, get her, Becky, get her, get her. I was like absolutely ripping her a new one. But I would love to see Becky win. You know, like everyone said, they don't need this match. This is just furthering the greatness that they've already built, you know, their careers upon. But a part of me does think that Trish is going to find some way to cheat and take the win away, which I'm really like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it. But if she's going back to this heelish way where she's going to do whatever and say whatever, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility if she tries to cheat to win, just to prove to people that, like, you know, she's better than what she initially was when she stopped wrestling. And, you know, she's trying to prove Becky wrong when Becky said that, you know, people remember you being better than what you were. So if Trish wants to stop that from actually even happening, she'll go out of her way to cheat.
If Trish is winning, it's by DQ or something. It's not going to be a straight.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a pretty like win if Trish did it. It would definitely come across a heel win, if anything.
Exactly. And if Trish was to win, then that would potentially also set it up for more matches. I remember they reported a couple of weeks ago that, you know, this entire series could actually turn into a trilogy, which could also happen at Money in the Bank and at SummerSlam. So that would be a way to, if we give Trish an unfair win, that gives Becky something to go after. So
I'd like to see it continue if it goes Money in the Bank, because that'll be for a UK crowd, and getting to watch Becky have a fight like that. That'd be crazy. Like
especially if she's all amped up after getting after losing to like a cheat.
Exactly. Yeah.
I will be at home having the biggest FOMO ever. If that happens.
We're sorry.
I feel so bad.
I'm trying every day, but no. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Anyway, G, what do you think?
I think Becky's going to win it. I was going to mention about what you mentioned about it being reported that it's going to be more than one match.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're going to go back and forth for a while anyway. I just feel a lot of heat between them right now, and I feel like that makes it for a really good story. Like, they both come back at each other with great promos, especially Becky's promo on Raw this week, as you said. It was phenomenal. But yeah, I just think Becky's going to do it.
Yeah. Going back to Becky's promo, like, I kind of feel like from the transition from Big Time Bex back to the Man, I kind of felt like we had lost that original origin of the Man, Becky Lynch, you know, fired up for being the underdog all the time and having to consistently prove herself and, you know, show why she's great. And then this promo, I feel like that light switch just turned back on for her. And now she's like going full force back into the Man. And I was just like, oh my God.
I was going to mention that as well. She had kind of the look of like Big Time Bex as well. And it kind of felt like it was a merger of the two. Like, she had the suave and like, I know I'm as good as I say I am now. But also remember, I'm the Man. I came from nothing and can prove I am what I'm talking about now. She very much made the two gimmicks feel like it was merged of I can walk the walk and I can talk the talk.
And she doesn't bark the bark. So
her new hair as well.
Oh yeah, the hair was great as well.
Yeah.
The only thing put me off. What were those glasses? What the heck were those glasses?
They were hands.
Yeah, like it was just weird. I was like, bro, what? Why is the skeleton? Like, I was like, it's Halloween.
Yeah,
it's just a Halloween prop, like sunglasses that are holding her eyes.
But that's the whole thing about her and set. Like, they're so random. You never know what they're going to wear.
That's the whole point. Like, you literally don't know what's going to happen. I was so tempted to go out and find a pair of glasses that looked similar and wear them for the podcast.
I could sort you out. All you do, buy a random cheap dollar store black pair of sunglasses, buy a Halloween skeleton, cut the hands off, on it. Super glue over them. Like, you're done.
That sounds like too much work. It's too much work.
Well, I gave you the option.
I can't go and do it now, can I?
No, you can't.
No. Anyway, next match I've got on my list is Gunther versus Mustafa Ali for the Intercontinental Championship.
It's going to be Chop City, boys. It is a steak on that man's chest because it is going to be red, raw. Ain't no medium, ain't no overcooked. He's going to be raw, bleeding from his chest. It's gone for all day.
Come here, I'll give
Okay,
you a
boss.
chance.
Calm down.
Go on.
Come here,
Where are you? No, I'm not running away.
I'd be scared if I was you, Ross. I really would. She's gonna chop you.
I can
You're not
actually
there, it's
chop.
bringing
I
out
can
the
actually
demon in me.
Yeah. Lauren, what do you think about this match so far?
Honestly, like I'm not really bothered about this match. Gunther is gonna retain, I reckon. I'd like Ali to win it because I do like Ali, but I very much doubt it. I can't see him beating Gunther.
Jasmine, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not bothered about it, to be honest. I'm happy that Ali's getting that pay-per-view match, but I do think Gunther will retain.
Yeah, I'm very much in the same boat as you guys. Like, I kind of feel like if Gunther wasn't the Intercontinental Champion and it was somebody else, maybe Mustafa Ali would have more of a chance to actually, win the Intercontinental Championship and get some championship gold around his waist. But for me, you can't just build up the ring general like that just to have him lose in Saudi Arabia to somebody like Mustafa Ali, who's been a jobber for like the last, I don't know how long. And I'm not trying to discredit him. I'm just saying that's his position that he's had within wrestling at the moment. It kind of makes it hard to believe that someone like that is actually a credible threat.
Yeah.
And I know that he did win the Battle Royale, and congratulations to him for getting that position for this match. But it's Gunther all day, honestly. Gunther all day.
He shouldn't have won the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Who do you think should have won then?
The other big man that would have been big meaty men slapping me, Bronson. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Bronson versus Gunther is like money on a card. I would watch that over and over again because the amount of like damage that sound would hit as they would just hit into each other, perfect.
I mean, we've probably still got some time to see it. They'll be around for quite some time. So I
Yeah.
feel like we'll still get the opportunity to see that match happen.
I hope.
Yeah. What do you think,
I
G?
personally think Gunther's going to retain. It's one of those matches where I am disappointed because I feel like Ali's only been thrown into it because it's in Saudi Arabia. And I feel like if it wasn't in Saudi Arabia, it would have been someone else. But I don't feel like Ali gets the push that he needs, and he is only in this match because it's in Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, it's a lot play to the crowd type of deal. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It's like when they had Mansoor on it, not last time, but the time before. I think it was like Elimination Chamber or something. They went to Saudi Arabia and they had Mansoor because he's from Saudi.
They had Mansoor, yeah.
Yeah, Mansoor. I don't know, but I was just like, okay.
It's now Mansoor because he's now Maximum Male Models. It was Mansoor back then, but yeah.
Okay, well, at least you get who I'm referencing.
I knew who exactly you meant, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they exactly did that. They made him have a win because it was in Saudi Arabia. It's like, oh yeah, hometown hero, make him win. It was like,
I don't think Ali.
No?
I don't think they'll let him win. I don't think
Ali's going to
Definitely
win.
won't ruin Gunther's reign at the moment.
No.
They'll just spotlight on Ali through the match and then let Gunther win.
They're trying to make him win. They're trying to make Gunther win as longest now reigning Intercontinental because he's slowly getting there. And I think that would be really cool to see a storyline of the longest Intercontinental versus the longest Universal. I'd love to see a Roman versus Gunther and it be about who held longest reigns, because what we've also got to remember, Gunther was originally the longest title holder in WWE with the United Kingdom belt.
So what you're trying to say is he's better than Roman?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's. I'm biased, okay? I'm biased to Gunther. I always
just
have
waiting
been
for Jasmine's face just to crack.
Gunther is definitely better than Roman.
I'm sorry, Roman can't do a chop like Gunther.
Even Clive agrees.
No, I'll give you that.
Gunther is better.
Yeah.
His chops are really good.
Next match on my list, and I just don't understand why this is happening and why they're doing her like this, but Rhea Ripley versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
This is an awful booking decision, and it makes me angry. You don't give a champion like Rhea finally get the opportunity of a belt. By the way, not on her brand. It's not her brand belt. She's defending SmackDown, and she's a Raw champion, like Raw. Oh, the whole thing baffles me. And Natalya, as I said, she is just someone that amplifies talent. I said this last episode of just they can't get Natalia right anymore. She's been there long
Yeah.
enough. They haven't given her any credibility in the time she's been there, other than she used to be a former Diva champion and she's a heart. Cool. What's your character? Why am I meant to be sold on you?
SmackDown champion, wasn't she at one point?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, her main accolades are she's been a champion once or twice, and she's a heart. What I'm saying is she's got no character development. She's not had any progression to make me sold on her again. Whereas Rhea, you've had Rhea have this whole story of going from NXT to being undesired, unliked, constantly telling she doesn't fit the mold, to she broke that mold, became herself, joined the Judgment Day, and then became the strongest within Judgment Day.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a perfect story that could have gone against someone else who has had pretty much the same trajectory and storyline, who would need that push. Natalia doesn't need a main title picture shot against Rhea. And I think the whole reason it's booked is because, for some reason, Saudi Arabia really like Natalia. Because if you've noticed the past two,
she's always on the Saudi shows.
Exactly.
Yeah, she and Lacey Evans were the first women to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. Maybe it's because they want to keep that going, but yeah, like you said, she's been on all the Saudi shows basically.
Yeah, and I just feel like that's the reason they booked this match, and it doesn't fit the start of Rhea's reign. It already sours her reign. It's defending a belt not on her brand against someone who doesn't need to fight for that belt.
Lauren, what do you think?
I want Natalia to win, but she's not going to.
The only person in this chat that wants Natalia to win, right?
I thought you were just going to leave it. I want Natalia to win. And I was like, okay.
No, I'm just not a real fan.
What?
Disgusting.
Yeah, I'm just not. Like,
Did I think my sound just went out. What did you say?
No, I know, right? Like, hey, that timestamp this. Lauren, say it again. Lauren, say it again.
What?
You're not
I'm
a what?
not a real fan.
Hey, guys, applications are open for a new member of Outcasted OC. Sorry for Lauren's choice opinions. I hope you're all good in your future endeavors.
We
wish you the best in your future endeavors.
No, but like, this is the whole thing. Like, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and like that's the whole.
Even if it's wrong.
Like, even with G, like, you know, she gets on her videos all the time. No two people are going.
Oh, you mean the Eva Marie stand because she's the goat?
No.
No, but I get what you're saying. If you're not sold on Rhea, you're not sold on Rhea. So
yeah,
you know.
well, I mean, she's not sold on Rhea. You're not sold on Natty. So it's, I mean, fair's fair, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not that I'm not sold on Natty. I just, like, they've not sold her.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
Yeah, like that, it's a waste kind of just having her there with nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they've not sold her or the character, whereas Rhea, they've very much gave it every bit of.
Lauren,
here you go.
the wrong.
Clive,
Okay, I'm allergic to you anyway, Clive. So
just everything wrong right now.
It's gone downhill. Anyway, let's get it back on track. Jasmine, what do you think about this match?
I feel like Natalia just doesn't suit the new generation of like women. I think she really well wrestled with, like, you know, the divas and Nikki and Brie and Paige, and sort of like, I guess in a way, the Total Divas cast. And then as we've had these new superstars, these new characters, I just feel like she's just there and she doesn't have a place anymore. And I think she's done a good enough legacy for her to sort of maybe take a step back. So yeah, I don't.
Takes like one of them under her wing and kind of, you know, accompanies them to the ring and manages them and, you know, giving them that push.
I think that persona change. She needs some kind of character swap around.
Yeah.
I think if they nailed her character and they did a really good character, you know, get rid of the cat ears, then I think she would be really, really good. But yeah, I think she's just got this title opportunity. I don't know why. I think someone else should have done it, and I think it would have been a bit more of a bigger hope to match.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
But I think Rhea will retain.
Yeah, I feel like, everyone's comments on Natty are correct. Like WWE's been so hot and cold on her in the last couple of years that it actually makes it really difficult for you to actually care about the person. And I think I said this last week. It's hard because I want to care about it. I really do. But it's just the fact that, WWE is so inconsistent with the booking of her and her character. And obviously she's not on TV all the time, which makes it really hard for you to care about somebody. And it's like if you don't have that spotlight, you need to find the spotlight. And I kind of just feel like, as Ross said, it really sours Rhea's reign. If you're bringing in someone like Natty, what's Natty going to do to show that Rhea's great? Rhea's already proven that on her own. In the match that Dom had this week, everyone was chanting for Rhea.
Exactly.
She has taken something and she has made it her own, and she has gotten white hot on her own. She doesn't need someone like Natty to prove why she's really good. And I totally agree when, Jasmine said that, she kind of feels like a really good wrestler in the wrong generation.
Yeah.
Like if they're going to do something, they need to bring her back like the Natalia when she was like tagging with Victoria, that style.
Yeah.
Natalia.
Well, this was my booking that I was saying, because they started teasing it and I'm like, you can make this gold if you did it right. They started teasing Shotzi and Natalia as a tag team. Obviously, Shotzi's full wrestling name is Shotzi Blackheart. You could have built a tag team called the Blackhearts and make Natalia do Owen Hart's King, like the black like King of Spades that he was on about. He was like the King of Heart, and he was like the Black Heart logo and everything when he went heel, when he was the King of the Ring. It was literally like, I am that good, I'm going to break people in that ring. So you have Natalia as the enforcer and make her the strength, and then Shotzi is your wildfire card where you just throw out, get all the high-flying moves, and you build that as a tag team that is a legitimate threat to the women's tag scene. Because right now, what is the women's tag scene? We needed better. With all these great women talent, you've got a tag belt that just feels soured. That's something Natalia knows well from all her previous generations. She knows tag team wrestling. Her family are the literal definition of tag team specialists.
Yeah, I kind of just feel like, Natty's got everything that it could take, apart from like a good character, to actually be a good contender for a championship belt. But there's just some puzzle pieces missing for me. Like, it's just something's not clicking, something's not right. Yeah. And I feel really bad because it's like, I want to care about her. I've watched her for a long time. I really want to care about her. I really do. But I just don't feel like she's going to come out of this match looking any better than what she is going into it. So I'm going to have to say Rhea for the win, for sure. But they need to sort the title belts out.
Facts.
Sort it out.
Facts. Sorted.
They kept putting these random people together. I'm like, what was Liv and Raquel?
I liked that. I liked Liv.
But look how short-lived it was, because
Speaking of Raquel, did anybody see that the whole QR code and then Liv's new skill that she has made for coming back? Apparently, it's going to be Liv that's going to be taking over the whole Sister Abigail part, and they're going to put her with Uncle Howdy when Bray's back.
I'm here.
Hang on. While we're on that subject, did anybody see the new gear that Alexa Bliss posted?
Yes, the Wednesday.
No, I didn't. I haven't seen it yet.
I'll send it to you after.
Well, okay. I mean, they could still put both of them in it, couldn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't they tease Liv going crazy a while back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Extreme Rules, she lost her title.
She was
she lost the title and went. She kind of went like a weird.
She did that face.
Okay, this is going to be a really weird one because I don't know how many of you know ECW. She kind of went into like a Sandman-esque kind of like anger where she constantly had a kendo stick and a baseball bat and was just ready to fight anyone. And I was here for it because I was like, yo, keep this going. And then it just stopped it because it was like, hey, Liv, you found Raquel. Raquel's going to sort you out. Okay. And it's like, what?
Yeah. And keep in mind at first, Liv and Raquel didn't really get along very well. Like Raquel was really confused by like a lot of Liv's crazy antics, but now we're suddenly told we have to forget that and that they're the best of friends.
And I feel like Liv,
I don't forget.
None of us do. We're not stupid. We don't forget.
It's WWE. Nothing ever makes sense with them.
Yeah. Jay, what are your thoughts on the match?
Oh yeah, cool.
I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts. It's just, I'm not
Head
a
empty.
Natalia fan. I've never been able to get on Natalia. Like from watching like Total Divas, she was treated like pure shit through some of her career, and she was like put, and she was made to do all these promos and things, but she never got the opportunity. And okay, whatever, but I can't get on her. So Rhea for the win. They need to sort the belts out because it's bugging me so much.
It's driving me insane.
It's driving me insane that the Raw belt is on SmackDown, but the SmackDown belt is on Raw, and I'm just like,
and don't forget that NXT tag belts are on the main roster and not on NXT.
And the NXT Women's Champions aren't even in the tournament or the Fatal 4-Way matches for this freaking belt.
Yep.
Like, oh my God. I think the best way they could have solved the entire women's championship problems is doing the draft after Night of Champions.
Yeah,
Off topic, but I just
it would have made so much more sense.
Who's kind of head for off.
Yeah, or just rename the belts.
Yeah,
do like a women's championship and then do like another name that I can't think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I hate that they call. I hate that the women's ones are literally still called the Raw and SmackDown, whereas the men's one now is literally known as your WWE and Universal. Why the hell can the women's ones not just be called that now? Like, you want to do this? You want to do this equality in wrestling? You want to do women
there would
and
never
men?
be equality in wrestling.
No, we can have a whole podcast episode debating equality, because trust me, I damn know this. As someone who watches Japan wrestling, women wrestlers are treated like dog in Japan, and they are some of the best workers I've ever seen. And like the factor of you want to argue this, like, look, we got rid of the divas to make a statement. We got rid of the divas belt to make a statement that women wrestling is as strong as men's. Then why can't you name them the same? Why do you have to name them exclusively to a brand? Just keep them as, you just literally have it as your women Universal title, your women WWE title. That's all you need.
I would understand it if they had like a men's SmackDown champion and a Raw. So you could do like, Raw, men's Raw champion. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean? Like, but it's the women's titles have got the name women's with them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it just feels weird to have the men's have like Universal and WWE, and then women still have to have women SmackDown, women Raw. It's like, okay, why can't we just have WWE Universal? And it's like
and they only
different
have
versions.
2 titles. Well, on the main 4, if you think about it, but like just including like Raw and SmackDown, not on NXT. There's like 4 championships for women when the men have loads.
Yeah,
it's definitely not progressive with the times.
US Intercontinental, World Heavyweight, SmackDown Tag, Raw Tag, Universal, WWE, and 8.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely not progressive.
And that's not me counting NXT as well. You count NXT, there's like 10 in total.
Yeah.
Off topic for a second, but I ordered food and I've done many card saves on my account. I have no idea whose card I paid off, but the one he didn't go out. I thought it was my like Revolut card, but I don't think it is.
Oh, well, that'll be an interesting.
Some free
Lauren's mum will be ringing her a minute. Excuse me.
How much have you spent? I want me monies back.
Me monies back.
Anyway, while we're still on the topic of Rhea, I would like to note that a few people on TikTok said my new hair makes them think of Rhea, so I'm taking applications for a dom.
I'm not going to say the joke I'm going to say. I don't even know if
because I feel like this could just go downhill.
I was going to say, as R-Truth would say, I don't even think that's PG. I'm not going to make the joke I was going to. Let's just leave it at that. Let's
just move on to the next match. Let's just move along. So it's Bianca Belair versus.
You are funny. I just can't respond. What? The Bianca Belair match?
Yeah, Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Again, belt on the wrong brand.
Why are we getting a rematch of belts that are on the wrong brand and the story is still not built up?
Yeah.
Triple H, I understand you're doing pretty damn good, but bro, look for a minute. You didn't cook properly the first time. You turned the oven on, but you didn't put the gas mark on. You're doing it again.
In the cake, there's not enough eggs in the cake. It's just falling down.
Legit. Bro, you're trying to make a BLT, and all you've got is bacon. You ain't even got the bread or the lettuce, my guy. Like, come on. Like...
But bacon is still good though.
Not if it's not cooked.
Oh, okay, well, you didn't say that.
But can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Yes, I can. I always smell what the Rock is
smells
cooking.
terrible.
It's called a retirement and never returning back to wrestling because Hollywood's too good.
Bro.
But like honestly, right? I don't give a damn. I'm gonna be the agent of chaos. Kanna to win because you know what? Somehow they can actually book Kanna right with belts. So why don't we just give it to Kanna Asuka? Like, you know, whatever you want to do. Have her have another title reign like how she did when she got the belt from Becky. Because I'm sorry, you've made Bianca Belair the longest retaining champion of this belt, and she's meant to just give it over at Night of Champions if she keeps it. Stupid booking. Stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like you said, you know, same with Rhea, you know, going up against Natalia for her second PLE title defense. And it's someone like Natalia. You've just soured the reign. You've soured Bianca's reign at the end of it, maybe, by doing Asuka twice with no storyline or any reason. I get that they're doing it because, you know, Asuka's always ready to, you know, blow mist into Bianca's face, but surely Bianca should know that, you know, Asuka's going to do that at any point in time.
Yeah. Like, this is the thing that annoys me. It's like it's making Bianca Belair look dumb. It's like, Belair, you've fought her how many times? You saw her do it to other people. When can they coexist? Like, come on, just understand. She's going to use the mist. It's a common thing. Great Muta used it for years, and he's now in the Hall of Fame for using it. It's a thing. Just avoid it.
Yeah. Lauren, what do you think of this match?
I honestly, I don't mind really who wins this one.
Yeah.
I'm a Bianca fan, but I like Asuka, so she kind of scares me too, so.
Just make sure you've got a towel around you, just so that if she decides to miss you, you can just clean your face.
Get Solo Sikoa standing around you with his towel over the head. He can protect you straight off.
Or get Reese, who thinks.
Where's Reese when we need you?
That picture of him on vacation.
Hang on, I've got it somewhere.
All right, Jasmine, while G finds the photo, what do you think of the match?
I think after WrestleMania, if they put a little bit more effort into the storyline and actually built it up to the Night of Champions, I think so many more people will be so excited about it and be like, oh yeah, this is going to be amazing. I think a bit of mist in Bianca's face just isn't enough for a match like this. And I think if Asuka does win, which I would love her to win, I think it's like, oh, well, I feel like Bianca should have had a bigger sort of build up to lose the title, because Bianca's done amazing as the Raw Women's Champion. So I think it would be really unfortunate for her to lose on such a small build up, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but they could have used the fact that, you know, Bianca and Asuka had to team up for War Games. You know, they initially were a team.
Yeah.
They were with other people that actually won the War Games match. They were working together with Alexa Bliss at... Oh, we've lost G. They were working together at Clash of the Castle, you know. You could always find a way to draw upon the storyline that have happened to actually increase the reasons as to why someone turned on someone else. You know, create that extra story, create that extra care within the match. Otherwise, like you said, you've just got a cake that hasn't been baked properly, and you've got all the ingredients to make it happen. You've got Asuka, who's amazing. You've got Bianca, who's done fantastic in her title reign so far. But there's just something that's just not working. And I know that it's going to be a great match. I know it's going to be awesome, but it's just... something doesn't feel as it should. And I kind of wouldn't mind if Asuka actually won the match, because if Bianca's too concerned about if Asuka's going to blow the mist in her face, she's going to be making stupid decisions and could potentially lose the belt because of that. And I also remember that, you know, it was rumored that she may turn heel. This is the perfect time to turn her heel, because if she loses the belt it's a perfect time to reinvigorate her character and add some extra dimension to her. Take her back to the NXT Bianca Belair, you know? And I've seen people, you know, make comparisons and saying that Bianca Belair is turning into the next John Cena and people are going to sour on her real quick. Turning her heel is the perfect way to make sure that doesn't happen, because John Cena never turned heel, which is why people obviously, like, you know, when he was consistently being pushed down people's throats, you know, people soured on him. But now that he's gone, we kind of reflect back on it and realize what we had was actually really good. And we, you know, miss Cena and the equity that he brings to the company. So I kind of just feel like you don't want to make that same mistake with one of your top female stars. But
no, 100% agree. I think that's like you hit the nail on the head there of what we're all kind of feeling about this whole booking that's going on at the moment. Is just it feels really weird with what's going on with the women's division, with the belts, everything. And like I wouldn't mind Bianca Belair staying a little bit longer as a face, and she loses, trying to keep the crowd like high spirits, like, oh, I'll fight it back, I'll get it back, I'll find a way. Because then that can lead up into her having a Money in the Bank title shot. So she gets a briefcase and then she'll be like, cool, I can re-cash in. To then she turns heel when she loses Money in the Bank. She literally goes, you all didn't have your faith in me that I could get the briefcase, so I'm going to turn that on you guys, blame all of you. That's how you could also do it. So I'd be down for that. Like, Asuka is the heel in this story, obviously with the missed attacks, the weird character and that. But it's really difficult to get behind, especially like as Jasmine pointed out, like they could have put so much effort to build what happened after WrestleMania of like look, we went to war. Why do you want to fight me again? I thought we had our mutual agreement of respect after we went the first time. Why are you still torturing me? And you could have built that story. And they've just not. They've just gone, oh, missed in the face again. Here's a match at Night of Champions. It's like, why are you phoning it in? We don't need that. Like, actually do something with Kana. Because the Kana character was like such a threat in Japan. And now it just feels like a crappier gimmick of Asuka's like, I'm strong as a woman anyway. It's like they're killing my favorite version of Asuka at the moment.
Yeah, and my thing as well too is if Bianca's going to retain and Asuka's one of the top women in the women's division, you've got other women on SmackDown, who is going to be built up to be the person to beat Bianca? If you're going to make her that person that is the next female Cena, or who are you building up to be the next Bianca Belair to beat Bianca Belair? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I understand that Triple H, I don't know why she came into my head just then. I understand that Triple H has got a lot to think about in terms of booking, and he's very much a long-term storyteller. But you just need to start thinking about, you know, who the next champions are going to be. But I'll pass this over to you, G, because
there's one person that comes to mind, but she's on the wrong brand. Indy Hartwell has just been brought up, but she's on Raw, not SmackDown. But I feel like she'd be a good contender for Bianca to go against.
I think Candice LeRae as well. I think Candice LeRae would be a great shout to go against. I think them two could really go at it because they've been in War Games. They've both had like a big, strong running in NXT. They both know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Heck, I'd even put Bianca Belair versus Io Sky again. Like, I'd have them go again and put it.
It kind of feels like they're doing that anyway because, Dakota Kai's out injured now, so the plans might change a little bit.
Yeah.
It was going to be Bayley and Dakota go for the tag belts, and Io was going to go for. That's kind of how it felt, but that plan might have to rearrange now due to Dakota being out on injury.
I love if when Kota comes back, she starts going for the single titles run. To be perfectly honest, I think she deserves it.
Yeah, but in regards to the match, I don't have a lot to say other than I want Bianca to retain because I'm not really an Asuka fan and I never have been.
I mean, that's totally fair. I mean, we're allowed to have, like, certain people, you know, Jasmine likes Roman, I like Seth, so... I mean,
I like John Moxley, so that we have all people liked in the Shield.
John Moxley? Never heard of him.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Asylum Man, Dean Ambrose.
Oh, Dean Ambrose, I know him. Yeah, he was that great.
Yeah. So before I get on to the three main events, because Night of Champions, yeah, of course, go for it.
I don't know if
it's not going to show. No,
it's not going to show. Damn it!
He literally just looks like a silhouette.
Oh,
there we go.
He's gonna kill you.
Nah, we've got him in spirit. It's how we've had
Is
him.
he watching tonight?
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
He might. If not, he'll watch it back tomorrow because I know he's
Anyway,
probably out.
So
or traveling.
before we move on to the triple main events, because I don't know if you guys know, but Night of Champion has 3 main event matches. But before we do that, I want to talk about a match that could potentially be happening because it's been rumored that it could. Sheamus versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship. Now, this was teased last week on SmackDown. We still have an episode of SmackDown to see before Night of Champions. So this could potentially be made official tomorrow. Ross, what are your thoughts?
Can it just be for the Intercontinental instead, so my boy can actually be the freaking a Grand Slam? Stop taking.
Say, is it the IC that Sheamus needs?
Yeah, it is.
So,
Stop taking my boy away from his opportunity. Let him live his dream. No, but I'm fully down for this match, and honestly, I would love to see the Brawling Brutes have some gold on them. So yeah, give it Sheamus. Austin's
think of
had a
it
good
this
run.
way, right? If Sheamus was to win the US title, Survivor Series, Gunther versus Sheamus.
Oh, yeah, but what if they do? What if they do? Winner takes all. That'd be sick as well.
That
Do
would
a
be
winner
cool.
takes all. Oh, but then it's a champion holding 2 belts, so it's another belt that's not on
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
what
but then they
happens
don't have to
if
hold it
Rob
for as long as,
He could
Yeah,
literally drop it the next day or something.
yeah, true. He could be like, look, here's a US Open challenge, and he loses the US belt only. I'd be down for
Gets
that.
the one
That'd
that
be
he
sick.
wants.
Oh, here you go. Here's my booking.
Oh, gosh.
Gunther versus Sheamus. Survivor Series. Winner takes all. The next night, Sheamus wins both. Next night, he does a US Open challenge. Who comes out? Drew McIntyre finally returns, and he comes back with Broken Dreams and comes back as a heel against Sheamus.
He will never come back with Broken Dreams. Stop!
Yes, he will.
Stop!
Could you imagine if he came back with Broken Dreams though? Like if he
Yes.
he
No.
I can
redebuted.
manifest it. I can
Which
manifest.
We'll never see it again.
Never say never, as Justin Bieber once said.
It's like a wrestler saying they'll retire. 9 times
Yeah.
out of 10, they don't.
Lauren, do you have any thoughts on the potential match? Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it looks like we may get it.
Honestly, if it happens, I want Sheamus to win because if Terry retains again, I am cancelling my WWE network. The same as
You've
if
said that a few
Roman
times now,
retains,
though.
I'm cancelling my WWE network too.
Fair enough. Jasmine, do you have any thoughts on it?
I don't like Austin Theory, but I don't want Sheamus to end it. I don't like Sheamus. So if it was to happen, Austin to retain.
What do you mean you don't like Sheamus?
Hold on.
What?
What octave are you speaking in right now?
A very high one. Okay, dogs are hearing me complain. Yes, dogs, you are correct.
Doesn't
Jasmine's.
like Sheamus supports Roman Reigns.
Oh,
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's because you had that feud of where it was the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes for so long. You were like, yeah, Bloodline. Yeah.
I've never liked him. He's just him and Drew McIntyre. I don't like them.
Can we get the football jerseys though? Please tell me y'all saw the Brawling Brutes
Guys, was
football
it,
jerseys.
was it a right idea to invite Jasmine on this podcast? This is like very
I mean, no, because we've got an official member in our group who doesn't like Rhea Ripley. We really need to think our memberships of our club.
reevaluate things.
yeah. G, do you have any thoughts on the potential match maybe happening?
I'd be so down for this match, and I would love to see Sheamus win.
Yeah.
Although I feel like they're too up in Austin Theory stuff at the moment that I can't see him losing.
Yeah.
But I would be down for the match because it would be a banger. After banger. After banger. After banger.
Yeah, I think if this match does happen, it will be Austin Theory retaining, but I really want Sheamus just to embarrass the crap out of Austin Theory.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it'd be so good. All right, so one of 3 main events, which I don't know why they're doing 3. I get that they've got, yeah.
There's one.
As
You can only have one main event.
Like,
The main event.
I understand. I understand co-main events like 2 exactly the same. I understand.
Yeah.
That.
I'm
Like-
sorry, but if they put Roman as the last match Saturday night, I would be pissed because that final match should be Seth and AJ because
Oh,
that's
It
hell,
degrades the
100%.
belt
the biggest
already.
thing of the entire night will be that champion being championed.
Yeah. So, like, for me, I feel like the main event is just the match that is last. And I don't know why we have to keep, doing
Like-
2 main events or 3 main events. Like,
I
it just doesn't-
understand co-main events. Like I'm someone who's had to deal with co-main events in New Japan's Wrestle Kingdoms for fucking years now. I understand if the storylines fit, that they are both on the same level as a main event because of how it's booked in the story. There can be co-main events. So I would understand the tag match being the first co-main event and then AJ versus Seth being the main event, because I'm sorry, as G put, that tag match gonna be sick. The storyline perfect. There is so much potential of a crazy plot line developing there for the bloodline and everything. But it's all about AJ and Seth. The whole thing of that night is that belt. The whole pay-per-view's name is Night of Champions. It's crowning a brand new champion to a brand new belt. If you don't make that the last match on the night, you have done your whole pay-per-view wrong.
Yeah. So let's hop into one of the matches that isn't for a belt. So you have Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar.
Again.
Something Cody Rhodes with a broken arm. Because he broke his arm. Yeah, he broke his arm.
Yeah. It hasn't been confirmed, but that's how they were trying to portray it on Monday Night Raw this week.
Okay. Brock Lesnar put it in a really weird, submission hold, and his shoulder got kind of dislocated. So now they're worried his arm's fully broken. So he walked out with it all iced up and in a brace. So he basically ripped the brace off to go fight Brock, and Brock re-hurt it more. So who the heck knows? We could see Cody Rhodes walk out, I am the one-armed goat, and I could beat Brock Lesnar still with one arm. The only reason they're doing this is Brock Lesnar has a legitimate reason why he could beat Cody, and Cody would still look strong because, hey, I'm an arm down. But as Triple H said to him, look, you don't have to prove you're strong. We saw you walk into the ring with a torn pec and still wrestle.
Yeah. And that torn pec was an injury that Triple H had. And keep in mind, didn't Brock Lesnar also break Triple H's arm as well?
Yeah, they keep doing
the exact same thing.
They keep mirroring him. Like how Brock and Cody first went each other. That after WrestleMania, it was basically the John Cena storyline where John sat there on the floor at WrestleMania looking glum. So was Cody. Next night, Brock said he'll go help him to Brock betrayed him. Same as Cody. Now we've got this broken arm injury from Brock. Who had that? Triple H. It's like they're just mirroring all the storylines and putting them on Cody. I'm like, I get it. I like it, but make it make sense. Make him finish the story.
The match, who do you think's gonna come out the winner if this match is even gonna happen? Ross?
I don't even know, to be honest. It's a difficult one.
It's not Cody because fuck Brock.
Yeah, do we think Cody's gonna win because Cody's supposed to have a broken arm?
That's what I'm saying. The whole thing is hard to actually get a finalized booking because storyline wise, they've now gave a reason for Brock to easily win because Cody's one-armed. And then Cody will just make it a whole freaking excuse of, you broke my arm. You knew I would beat you, so you had to handicap me. Blah, blah, blah. Let's do an...
Hear me out. Randy, surprise return to help Cody win.
Don't even bring that into my mind.
I'll be cool with that. If that happened...
prepared for that.
If that happened, then Cody win because that'll be perfection. But hell no, that's not going to happen because doctors said don't touch the damn ring.
Guys, too many tears have left my eyes from TikTok videos this week with sad edits. Please do not. My tears haven't been recharged yet. Don't.
Can I give 5 more minutes?
Don't.
To be perfectly honest, I feel like it's going to be a Brock Lesnar win to add more to this because I feel like they're trying to make this go all the way to Money in the Bank, and I don't get freaking why, but
Lauren, what do you think?
As much as I want Cody to win, I think it's going to be Brock.
Yeah.
I love
Jasmine.
Cody.
Originally, I really didn't care about the match at Backlash. I didn't care. And then I was watching it and I got really amped for it. And then I'm really excited about it. I think Brock is going to get the win. I don't really like Cody or Brock. But I think out of all of them,
Literally, everyone she said, I don't really like them.
I think out of all of if I had to pick someone, it would be Brock, because I think then it's like, you know, they can go one more time at Money in the Bank, and then that will be like, you know, the winner. They do it 3 times.
You said one person would one match, one wins one. So it's like you have to do that third to kind of see who the overall, like, you know, better contender is. Gee, now that the order's changed, what do you think?
So when we did this for Backlash, I was like, oh, Brock's going to win because, you know, Brock does Brock things. And now I'm just like, yeah Brock's going to win because Brock does Brock things.
Brock does Brock things. Literally, I said it in my review when he went out and spoke to Mustafa Ali and said, get a life, kid. I was like, yeah, it's just Brock doing Brock things.
Get a life, kid.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel the same way Jasmine's feeling about this match. I kind of feel like Brock's going to come out with the... Sorry, what?
No, in the comments.
Oh, okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I think it'll be Brock winning this one, and then they'll do a final match to see who actually, you know, if Cody can overcome Brock.
Does that mean I have to see Cody and Brock at Money in the Bank?
Yeah, but we get to see Cody in a main event type scenario.
Only I know what never happened. Cody and Brandy v Brock and Sable. I will pay for that.
That'd be sick, to be fair.
Sable won't come back.
That would be good.
So, because we all feel the same way we do about the World Heavyweight, we will talk about that last. So, we're going to talk about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships.
We can skip this one.
No, we can't.
It's the only reason she came on. She told me this. She's like, hey guys, like, I really just want to be here just to talk about this, like, one match.
I'm going to really shock everyone here now. I'm going to be the agent of chaos. Roman and Solo Sikoa to win.
Yes!
No.
Did Reese just join the chat?
If this match plays out the way I want it to, then I will happily, like, if the storyline plays out the way I think it will, then I'll be happy for Roman to win this match.
Because I want the Usos. I want the
him
Usos
to go against the Usos.
Exactly. I want it to go full circle. I want Jimmy and Jay to get revenge from when Roman first started fighting him in the pandemic era, when that steel cage happened and Jimmy went to save Jay.
That panoramic era.
In that pandemic, yep.
Did we forget a match? Did we forget a match?
No, we're leaving that one till last. We're talking about
not the Seth and AJ one.
What match?
Is the women's tag titles not on the line at all?
No.
Monday on Raw.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Anyways, continue, Ross.
Wow, calling me Reese because I said Roman and Solo to win.
Yeah, because you got me there.
No,
and
genuinely.
keep in mind, it's also like 7:54 in the morning for me. So
basically, I feel like it's storyline wise. I think that is so interesting as an opportunity because we get it. I just think it'd be hilarious to see Paul Heyman struggle to carry 4 belts, being like, "Yes, my tribal chief," and like really struggling with the tag belts and the 2 belts. Like, I'm sorry, tribal chief.
Time with a belt and a mic, so
exactly. I'd be like, "I'm sorry, tribal chief. I'm being weighed down.
Wait for me. I have little legs."
So bad.
No, but like them versus the Usos at SummerSlam, winner, and you know what? I'm gonna be this mad. Winner takes all. Like, I imagine the Usos get undisputed.
Face.
Yeah, but imagine this: you do a winner take all, so the Usos get the tag belts, and the 2 brothers can separate the Universal and the WWE Championship, so they get solo runs opportunities on 2 separate brands, but come together when they need to do the tag defenses. Boom. I'm on it.
Lauren, what do you think?
See, I'm like, I don't know. I love the Usos, like just as Jimmy and Jay. I don't like them as part of the bloodline, but I also love KO and Sammy. So I'm like, I don't know. I really want KO and Sammy to win, but like G and Ross said, I would also love to see Roman and Solo, only because I'd love to see the Usos beat Roman and Solo.
Yeah. Jasmine, the floor is yours.
I could talk for hours, but I won't, about why Roman needs to be four belts. He needs to have 4 belts. Like, it has to happen. It has to. Like, Solo needs a title reign. It just has to happen. Like, more just shut KO and Sami Zayn up. I will actually be devastated if it does not happen. So Roman and Solo for the win.
Solo,
please.
I'm riding Solo.
Has to be.
I can't not unsee it every time they say Solo now. All I can hear is just Roman going, "I've had enough, Solo."
Yeah, it's like me at work. I saw this thing, and it was like, we get this like Chinese garlicin or something. It's called like Solo garlic. Every time I see it, I literally think of Roman screaming Solo. Solo. Anyway, G, what are your thoughts?
I think I've had my thoughts enough already.
You've had a nap. You're refreshed. You're revitalized.
I'm refreshed now. I've just had my little nap. Roman and Solo to win. Yes, those words came out of my mouth.
Let's go.
I love Kevin and Sami, I really do, but I really want to see Roman and Solo versus the Usos so that Usos can just like pound him down.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be a really, really good with the way the Bloodline story's going and how like Roman is kind of segregating the Usos because of everything that they're doing. I feel like that's the right way to go about it. Because otherwise, what way do they go with the whole Bloodline story now?
Yeah. So I have some thoughts because I like the fact that KO and Sami have the titles. I like the fact that, you know, the Usos and the Bloodline have something to chase. I like that. I don't know how I'd feel about Roman holding 4 titles because if he can't defend one, how's he going to defend 4?
I get
That's,
you know what I mean?
the point,
that's the skepticism I have. My thing is that, you know, I think it was Paul Heyman that said, you know, that Roman and Solo were going to be fighting at Saudi Arabia and the Usos are going to be staying at home. Now, we've been swerved like this before. I don't think they're staying at home. I don't think they're staying at home. I think they're going to come to Saudi and they're going to try and, you know, help out, and that might not actually work in their favor. Therefore, that sets up a storyline with the Usos for Money in the Bank. Or if Roman and Solo end up winning, then that's when the Usos then turn on Roman and Solo, and then later on down the line, Solo turns on Roman.
Yeah.
So this match has got me real confused because so much could happen. And I just had a thought in my mind, you know, if like, you know, the Usos come down to try and help out, you know, Solo and Roman and try and attack on KO and Sami, you know who I'd really like to see come out and help? RK Bro. Because the last match that Randy had was against the Bloodline.
Was RK Bro against the Usos,
And even just to come out and just to be like looking scary, like I'm going to come get you, not actually do anything physical. But I feel like that'd be a real good callback. But I don't know, like this match is just go
Riddle has been helping them a lot at the moment anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And if you've got two Usos and you've got Solo and Roman, they're still outnumbered.
Yeah.
And Randy would be perfect to come back because it's a Saudi show. They want big names. I don't see why they couldn't just do that just for, you know, this
just
one
remember,
match.
We will also be celebrating Roman's 1,000-day champion reign this night as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't even know. My brain is like...
Here's a thought as well. This was one I wanted to say. What if, even if the Usos don't get involved in all of this and Roman and that lose, what if the Usos separately get put in a Money in the Bank match? One of them wins the briefcase. What if they cash it in for the tag belts? What if
Solo wins and he just holds the briefcase just really quietly, just, you know, still a part of the Bloodline, and then out of nowhere cashes in on Roman?
That'd be sick, to be fair. I'd love to just see like out of nowhere, like a Samoan spike just hits Roman blind, and then you just see Solo put the briefcase out. That'd be sick.
Because I don't know if you guys caught it on SmackDown, but when Roman accidentally nudged Solo,
he was shocked.
He looked like he shat his pants. He looked so freaking scared. Like he looked like he had seen a ghost. So he is scared of Solo.
I think if Sami and KO win, it will be something to do with the Usos. I forgot to say that earlier. But
yeah.
That.
Anyway, last match on the card is for the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship belt. In this corner, you have the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. And on this corner, you have Seth freaking Rollins. How do y'all feel? Ross, who's your pick to win?
Alexa, play Seth Rollins' game.
No, don't, because we'll get copyrighted.
Yeah, don't.
Don't play anyway.
See, it didn't play.
Damn, she
I'm-
don't know it.
I'm going to be the agent of chaos once again. Funny enough. Because Seth Rollins now been announced that he's on a Marvel movie, and Marvel's schedules are hellish on earth when it comes to filming, and they will be away for several months. I don't think Seth's going to win. I don't, because they said it's going to be a champion that's going to be defending every week across the world. I think it's going to be AJ Styles.
Can I just say one thing to your point, though? If it's not going to be Seth, or if AJ's going to win, why, or if they're trying to set it up that Seth's going to win, why have they already set up 2 feuds for AJ on SmackDown?
Yeah.
And that's not for for a belt, because that.
But then
belt can't be on SmackDown.
but if he did win, that could be for the belts. They could be teasing future AJ rivalries.
Belt is a Raw exclusive bout. So if AJ wins, the OC have to be going to Raw.
Which that's where they've just been. Because he's got a feud potentially set up with Karrion Kross and with Grayson Waller. So it's like...
Yeah. And I really, really want to see that Grayson Waller feud. And I don't understand what was the point in drafting him, setting up the feud, just to put him back on Raw.
Yeah. So you think AJ's going to win? Ross, is that your final guess?
I don't want him to. I want it to be Seth, but I know what WWE are like. As soon as someone goes in Hollywood, they don't give the opportunities. They're like, oh, you want to go...
Why would WWE have put Seth in the finals knowing that he's on a movie set if he couldn't...
I said that last week, didn't I?
Because how long has AJ been out, and how long has Seth Rollins been putting people over? Hear me out. Jesus. Hear me out. Seth Rollins has put how many people over in the past fucking several months? Every major pay-per-view, he was putting people over. He went against Logan. He went against Omos. He's went against freaking Matt Riddle. None of them are on Seth's level. They don't touch Seth in my eyes. But he helped put them over. He made people like them in those matches. He made them look good. This is my point. What's a great way to make AJ look good? He's had a tournament match, fresh off his major injury. He's just won, going against Seth, who's the best person to make anyone look good in that ring, regardless of how rusty you've been away. It's Seth.
Yeah.
I want Seth to win. This is my point. I want Seth to win, but logistically, how I see booking, because he's got film commitments, and this belt was literally established as it's Raw exclusive. It's going to be defended every week across the world. You are not going to be able to defend that belt every single week if you then need to be filming on a set at the same time.
Because he works hard.
I know he does. I'm not disputing that, but I'm saying WWE won't have that faith that he could do both.
But that's why I'm saying, why would they have put him in that final knowing that? Because it doesn't make sense.
His contract for the movie would have had a clause saying that if he gets injured, he can't do it anymore. And that's what I said last week to you, Ross. Is like, why would he have been included in this tournament, getting him all the way through the final?
I'm just going from past experience of other wrestlers that did film bookings, and they got, like John Cena got screwed out of title opportunities because he had filming commitments, and that's just how I've seen things go that way.
Yeah. Lauren, do you have any thoughts on this match?
I love Seth, but I'm always going to be an OG AJ girl. So I don't mind whoever wins. I really, either or in this match, I'm happy.
Just because we know you don't like AJ Styles, G.
Anyway, Jasmine.
I think she's genuinely frozen. I think you... Oh, no, there you go. I thought she was genuinely frozen.
I think AJ deserves a title shot over Seth. No, I think Seth deserves this. I just think Seth's one of the best. He's up there with one of the best. So I think he should be the one to make history on Saturday. So I'm going to go. I think AJ would be a great great. But I just think if he was in the ring with maybe someone else, maybe. But I think Seth's, see, that's so much higher. I just think Seth's got to do it, and I think he will.
Yeah. G, what are your thoughts? I'm going to save my massive Seth fangirl rant for the end, but what do you think, G?
I don't know.
That's a lie. You're just going to say Seth to win because you hate AJ. There you go. Done it for
Do
you.
you hate AJ?
AJ. I don't hate him. I just dislike him.
I'm finding out a lot about you today, and it's hurting my feelings.
Imagine not liking AJ
It's
Styles.
just, do you know when you see someone and you watch them and you're like, I don't vibe with you. That's me with AJ Styles. I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. I'm not saying he's not talented, he's not skilled, doesn't deserve what he gets. I just don't vibe with him, and he's everything.
I'm the same with Liv Morgan. It's like something just doesn't click.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. It's something just,
Ross,
and not everyone's gonna like specific wrestlers, and that's totally fine. Like,
in saying that, Seth to win, because he is a visionary, a revolutionary. He is Seth freaking Rollins.
see now, guys, look, I didn't come wearing this shirt for no reason. I didn't just
Biased days. Biased.
pull it out of my wardrobe and be like, I'll wear you today. I wore it for a reason. Now, my man Seth has been in 3 inaugural matches for titles. So he's making history this weekend, even if he doesn't win or not, because he was a part of the first NXT Championship match. He was a part of the Universal Championship match, which was him and Finn, and now he's a part of this. I mean, that's just history in itself, firstly. But yeah, I'm totally echoing what everyone else has said. Seth has done so much for the company in the last 3 years. They've put him through hell. They've treated him poorly by him having to put people over. But he takes what he's given and he runs with it. The momentum that he has right now, as Reese would say, is white hot. People, literally, people have just put him over so organically because of his gimmick. And he's I don't even know how people have done this, but people have done it. And he feels like this is the most authentic version of himself at the moment. People are so behind him. That 10-minute video in Paris of people just singing his song. People don't just do that for anybody, and they don't just do it because they feel like they have to do it. You have to genuinely be someone that someone cares about to actually have people do that for you. And I just think that I understand Seth's movie commitments. I get that. But, I mean, I can still see him wanting to actually dedicate time to the championship if he wins it, because he's spoken so much about how it means so much to him and how he wants to be the change within the division that we need. And he knows Roman better than anybody else. He knows that Roman is selfish holding these titles and not giving other people the opportunity to, pass it around and actually have some other people win the title. He knows Roman. He wouldn't have called out Roman if he didn't feel that way and if he wasn't willing to stick by his word. So I'd love to see Seth win. But on the other hand, I really wouldn't mind if AJ won. I really wouldn't, because AJ is an absolute workhorse. He would defend that title in every premium live event, every week on Raw, every week on SmackDown, wherever it needed, he would do it. And I already know fully well this match is going to be an absolute banger. One thing I really appreciated in the interview footage that they did for Seth this week on Raw is the independent footage of the match that they had back in the day. Ross, did you? And then the segment at the end where, AJ's hyping up Seth and says, this is the man of the future, and gave him a big hug. So they already have that mutual respect from wrestling each other in the past. They know what it's like to work their ass off on the independent scene. They know what it feels like to be at the top of the division. They know what it's like. So honestly, I really wouldn't mind whoever won this match. I just really want it to be Seth though, because I would be so happy just seeing all the crap that Seth has been put through, all the work he's done to help the company with putting new wrestlers over and, bringing in so much money and bringing in so many eyes to the company, that I just think that he just deserves this more than anybody, I think. And I would be really, really happy to see it happen. If Seth wins, I'll probably cry.
I feel like if it was never pitched for Roman to have both the belts and for him to be undisputed, Seth would be the other champion right now.
Yeah.
In this situation right now, he would be the other champion.
100%. But I think you have to just go with the cards that you dealt, and just kind of have to do what you can.
And also, you obviously don't know like when Seth decided to go and film the film, but I think if he was told, or like, right, you can't do the match and do the film, I think because he loves wrestling so much, he would do the match.
Yeah,
So I think he could possibly be doing both, and maybe it's just a little spot in the film.
Yeah.
Like Roman did Fast and Furious, and he did some other films. Maybe it's just a little teaser for what he could do. Maybe he could go and do Hollywood once he's finished with WWE.
Yeah. So the thing is with Seth,
Fast 9.
No way.
Hobson Shaw.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But the thing is with Seth's role in the interview segments that he had with Corey Graves, now those were pre-filmed, and they did that because they knew he wasn't going to be there to actually participate live on Monday Night Raw. So that's given him 2 weeks worth of time before this match. Now, as G has said, I don't think Triple H is stupid enough to put someone to a tournament, not realizing that they have the tournament and commitments without WWE. If they didn't think it was going to be worth it, the person was going to be able to commit, and also an injury clause is definitely going to be there, because if he gets injured on that movie set, it affects his main bread and butter, which is WWE. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Seth is that stupid enough to put himself in a position where he's not going to be somewhat protected in that way. And as Jasmine said, it means so much to him. Like I think it was Jasmine or G, I can't remember who said it. Someone said something along the lines of the title means that much to Seth, that if he was to pick between a movie set and WWE, it would have definitely been WWE.
To add to something you were saying a lot earlier, and this is just throwing, I can't take credit for this. I got a message from one of my mates who's coming Money in the Bank with us as a booking idea. So shout out to Keaton. You know how you were saying about Seth called out Roman?
Yeah.
What if Roman's matches before the tag match, he doesn't win the tag belts, he sees Seth and AJ going at it. What if he comes out and interrupts Seth? What if he drags Seth out, makes AJ win to build that feud of Seth and Roman? Because it was like, you want to call me out? You say I'm not a proper champion. I beat you once, I'll beat you again. Drag him out. Make AJ win to make Seth go for the undisputed and build Seth for the undisputed instead.
Yeah.
Because he is on that level in my eyes. I would love to see the same level of dedication they did last time. Because I'm sorry, no one put in the effort like Seth did on that Roman match, coming out as the old Shield, doing the whole walk down and everything.
That had I was screaming.
It was one of the greatest title defenses in Roman's reign that he's had. It was just emotion, storytelling, affection. The only other one I would put on the same level as good as that would have been Finn's Demon one until they did till they did the end of that match.
The rope break.
Yeah, the rope break. And the weird freaking Rez breathed back alive BS that they did.
Going back to that Royal Rumble match, when I was watching it, I thought to myself, I was like, why is Roman coming out first? Normally the champion comes out second. Yeah. And then as soon as I heard Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, I was like,
I was half expecting Dean Ambrose to come out somewhere. I was like, oh my god, it's here! It's happening! It's happening!
I lost my mind. And then when I saw him come through the crowd with all the battle gear, I literally was like, no way! Because Seth is such a troll to his competitors. He is such a troll.
He's the mind game master.
To get in people's heads is phenomenal. Like when
I was half expecting when he did his match with Riddle.
Oh,
the match at Clash of the Castle with Riddle to come out dressed as Randy Orton. I was so hoping
I was thinking he was going to come out to Randy's music or something and shock us all. And then, even still, he came out like the whole devil gear and everything and made it
was
the
very
Welsh
Elton
Dragon.
John inspired. I loved that.
Yeah, it was like Elton John and Welsh Dragon. And I was like, you know what? I love that.
I was just like, oh my God.
That is on a different planet and I love it.
But Does anyone else have any comments on Night of Champions? If we might see any surprise returns, interferences in matches, any heel turns, face turns?
Oh, give me Bobby Roode back. I'd love that. Just hear the glorious. I don't know how or where he would come in, but I want to hear that. Give me glorious Roode again.
Wait, no. Bobby versus Gunther.
Oh, so Gunther retains and then Bobby comes out after. Glorious. That would be so good. I would love that. That'd be so sick.
That would be insane. I don't know if he still is like needing to get surgery or something, but I feel like that would be really good.
He did get the surgery. He's all good.
That's good.
The only other ones I was gonna say as like very interesting like developments is if the Sheamus and Austin thing happens and Sheamus does win, I can definitely see Drew McIntyre coming in as a heel.
Can I just say something? If Austin Theory wins and Michael Cole makes a comment on commentary, Sheamus's dream has just been broken.
Yeah, broken dream. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Something like that. That's what I'm saying. There's like ways to do it.
Ways to say it.
And to be fair, everyone's kind of banking on Randy. Like, I don't know. I feel like he could come out and do like kind of a manager role and not really be fighting, but
he could pull up someone from NXT and be like, hey, if you want to learn how to be like me, this is how you do it, and I'll manage you. You know, he could even go down to NXT and become like a coach or something. I don't know. There's still ways that you can incorporate Randy Orton and the expertise and the knowledge that he has while he still wants to actually be a part of the company. He might not physically be able to be a part of it, but have him as a producer, have him doing something, because I feel like a man like that who spent 20 years in the WWE, I feel like if he's still got more to give, he will want to do it in some capacity. And I know that his heart probably wants him to wrestle, but if he's not physically able to, well, then we can still use him.
I know.
To his potential.
Yeah,
I think like deep down, next time we see him, next time he like comes out into the ring, I think it will be a retirement speech. I just have such a weird feeling.
I feel like it's gonna be as bad as how Triple H's one was.
I cried during that. Yeah,
like John Cena, you can tell that like he's starting to distance himself more now.
Yeah,
just waiting for his retirement speech. I think his retirement speech is gonna come soon.
I think you'll get like Hall of Fame again.
I think we're going to see retirements from Cena, Orton, Edge, and Rey Mysterio.
Edges will be next year.
By the end of 2024, I reckon all four of them will be.
I think Rey Mysterio's got at least till 2025, and I feel like Dom would be the one to retire him.
Yeah. It's just sad to think that like all these wrestlers that like I grew up with are like.
This is the thing. It's the new generation. It's a new era. Because if you've got to look at it, like take the example of we've got Alice with us. She's watching these wrestlers like her Rhea Ripley, her Bianca Belair is our equivalent of Trish and like Mickey James.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or like Anna. Yeah. Or like Nikki Bella or something.
I'm so proud of Alice because she literally runs around the house going, "Burn it down!"
Yeah, love and that. She keeps doing the Hey Bailey chants because of when we took it to the live show. So it's like you can tell, like obviously the influence is still there, and it's like it's really interesting as me as like a wrestling perspective because I've got my wrestling that I had as a kid to then coming back as a teenager to now watching a kid's perspective of it as well. It's like. I've saw the different generations, so it's like it really hits home when you do see those retirements because it's like, damn, we've really got to that point.
You like think about where you were when you first like saw them, you like see the retirement, and you're like, holy crap, like.
But then this also goes into the conversation of other people not knowing when to retire. Ric Flair. Yeah. hey, let's book a show. Called My Last Match Retirement, and it's go, it did so well. We're going to do a second one called My Last Match 2, where I'm going to do a tag match. By the way, I passed out 3 times in that match.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was just going to make make a quick comment about that. So Mick Foley actually came to where I live and did like his live comedy show. So I went and saw him last year.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I went and I got the VIP pass and I met him and everything. And there was like a wee question and answer segment at the end of the show. And a lot of people were asking about Ric Flair's last match and asking for his thoughts. And he was like, yeah, the man passed out like 3 times. If it was me, I wouldn't have done it. You've got a pacemaker in your chest. You literally could have died at any point in time. And I was like, Mick, you're so real for that. I was like,
nah, I love Mick Foley. He's one of the most like genuine, like actual wrestlers. Like,
he was so lovely. Yeah.
Like there's a documentary of like his Japanese like wrestling matches where he was doing the death matches, and he came home from one of the matches where he was literally sat on fire, walked in, sat down, cracked open a drink and speaking to his wife, and his wife just turns to him and goes, "Why does it smell like burning?" Well, like, and he was like, "It's me." Like, he's literally fresh like flesh
I'm the
blood.
burning, it's me.
Yeah, it's like, hi, yeah, no, I'm still on fire. What's up?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll miss. I know I think he has retired from the ring, hasn't he, Booker? But like, I'm gonna miss him on commentary. Booker is literally the best.
Nah.
No, but Booker, like in his Impact days, commentating on his own matches while he's in the middle of the match.
Yeah, that was different. When he was getting the mic in hand and he's like, "Oh, I'm about to do this kick." Like, that was funny. Yeah, but like,
oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, on NXT, it really distracts me when Booker T just does these random, not making any sense commentaries, like rambling sessions.
Did you see that someone caught him ordering food?
I sent you that. I sent you that. Yeah.
What?
Mid-match of an advert of NXT, he is scrolling his phone, ordering Grubhub to the NXT Performance Center.
Oh my god!
Hey,
Oh, that's hilarious!
Right?
The funniest one was most recently. The commentator literally went, "What the hell are you on about, Booker?" And Booker's like, "I'm talking about young love. You wouldn't understand. You're not married like me." And it's like, can we get back?
So random.
The other commentator just goes, "Can we go back to the match?" And it fucking broke me because it's just like, that's me every time Booker talks.
Let's just talk about Ilya Dragunov. Let's not talk about your Grubhub pizza that you just got.
Is Jasmine good? She fell over. R-Truth's retirement is going to be so sad. Like, R-Truth is very underrated in my opinion.
R-Truth as soon as R-Truth retires, I'm going to actually cry because that man is a freaking generation of just comedy gold.
Like, he's so underrated. Like, he definitely deserves the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, 100%. Especially, like, he was actually a really strong champion in TNA and everything. And like,
he's hilarious.
Yeah. And, like, I love him.
That episode of Total Divas where he's in Natalia's and he's afraid of the cat and he's up on her cat.
Jumps on top of the counter like, oh shit!
Get the cat! I was watching. He came in and he was talking about, I think it was a Money in the Bank match, and he was like, "I'm going to win," and then Miz was like, "You're not even in the match." He was like, "Oh yeah, my apologies, I didn't know that."
He's like, "Yeah, I just got to hear myself."
You're not in the match.
He's like, sorry, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. He cracked it. Yeah, he's hilarious.
No, the best one for me ever was when he walked up to Brock Lesnar. Is like, "I'm gonna fight you, Hell in a Cell," and it wasn't Hell in the Cell. It weren't even that pay-per-view. And Brock's like,
yeah,
what?
There's so many like compilation videos of like R-Truth cracking people up, like with promos as well. Like, I have to find the video and send it to you guys.
If anyone's gonna break character, if anyone's gonna R-Truth's gonna break character so many times. It's just funny thing ever.
Where he's like, what was it? And I'm throwing you over the top rope, Paul Heyman.
Yeah. that one. Yeah.
When I heard him say that, I was like, I'd like to see you try.
But the one that I think a retirement that would genuinely upset me the most out of anyone that would be there, just because he's finally got the chance, even though he's not really wrestling much anymore.
What did he call the 24/7 title? 24/7.
The 24/7 7-Eleven 9.95 24. Yes, it was like every number under the sun.
It was the 24/7 7-Eleven. Yeah.
Yeah, 24/7 7-Eleven 9.95.
Then just does the whole entire pie.
Yeah,
pie formula after that.
Well,
little-
Sting. I would be so sad when Sting retires again because, like, obviously he thought he'd never get
Yeah.
to wrestle again, and he's finally had a really good like running in AEW and really made Darby Allin shape up really well.
I
So
feel
it'll
like
be it'll suck.
I feel like when Sting retires, he either needs to do it in Impact or in WWE.
Nah, I'm fine with him doing it in AEW.
No.
I think that's his now. That's became like his staple home now.
I don't know. I
Lauren's
just
gone
feel
again.
like I was checking my battery.
Oh, that's all good.
It's all good.
Do we have any other comments on Night of Champions before we round up and finish
Yeah.
the episode?
American fans, how's it feel? How's it feel? You stay up late. Feel our pain. We get to watch it at a good time for
Are you going to be
once.
able to watch
Yeah.
it live, Courtney?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I've got the day off work. So
I
Yeah,
won't
no.
make it out till later on.
the
I won't
kickoff for me
see-
starts at like 4:00 in the morning. So I'll come
you're gonna get
downstairs,
up
get the
at
kickoff
4?
going in. Yeah, I wake up at 4 normally for work anyway, so it's no different. I'll just go back to sleep afterwards.
I'll be live on TikTok, so if you want to join, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see how we get on. I'll get my snacks ready and everything.
Yeah, get the
Snacks.
I have a final thought on Night of Champions.
Go
So
on.
a return that could possibly happen. It is a Saudi Arabia show. What would be a Saudi Arabia show without Goldberg?
I literally, as soon as you
get
said
in a bin.
Saudi, I knew that's where you were going.
No, because he hasn't got a horror character to squash at the
No,
main
I'm
event.
only joking. It was a joke. I was just making the gimmick of it's a Saudi Arabia show
Yeah,
and he's
no.
always there.
Have you heard Goldberg's actually setting up his own retirement match? He's going to be doing
Yeah.
a Ric Flair and doing his own show of a retirement match.
Well, let's hope
Good
it's
for
only
him.
one match and not 3 like Ric Flair.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be fun.
You know, it doesn't matter how many matches he have because there'll be 10 seconds and he'll spear and win.
And yeah, Bret Hart won't be too happy with, the fact that Goldberg's trying to retire when, Goldberg is the one that had to force Bret Hart to retire. But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
that's another story for another day. But yeah, so those are our Night of Champions predictions. Let us know what you guys think will happen in the comments. And obviously, you're going live on TikTok, is that right, G?
Yes.
So if you guys want to check out her reactions, make sure that you follow her TikTok, and I'll probably join her at some point in time. Jasmine, do you want to shout out your socials and let everyone know where they can find you?
Jasmine Wrestling Backup on TikTok and Jasmine Wrestling on Instagram.
Awesome. I think we can, what we'll do is can we pin comments on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I put Jasmine's
Okay.
things in the bio. I'm sure I did.
Yeah, it
Cool.
is in the
If we
bio.
haven't, we'll make
Yeah.
sure they're there.
I'm sure I
Yeah.
put them in the bio.
It is in the bio. I made sure.
Oh, good. All right. Does anyone else have any comments? Anything else they want to say before we pop
I
off?
just want to say thank you for having me.
Anytime.
No worries. Thanks for coming,
Anytime.
honestly.
I don't know if I'd have preferred Reese because they're basically the same person.
Thank you
for joining us.
I really enjoyed the episode, all right? Just leave it at that.
Peace,
It
everyone.
was really awesome to
Much
have you
love.
here, Jasmine.
Thank you.
I'm not sure to everybody out there watching what will be happening with next week's episode because me, Reese, and Ross are all preoccupied, but keep an eye on socials and there'll be an update over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Peace.
Very good. I really am.